Good morning, Howard.
How are you, Ed?
What am I doing here? I have no idea.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm trying
I
to
hear you.
sort this
I
out.
see,
Here we are. Okay, there we are.
I
Good
see
morning,
half of
Melvin.
town.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Howard. Good morning, Ed.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the early birds.
Yeah.
All right,
I
what's
guess so.
going on, Howard?
Hey, well, I got you guys here. Are you guys, Ed, did you make plans for a hotel?
But yeah,
You
my
did.
wife made them a while ago. She likes the Hyatt Place, and I'm not going to argue as to where she wants to go.
Smart move, Ed.
Yes,
Mel,
dear.
what
You
about
want to go
you?
to the Hyatt,
Yes,
but we're
dear.
going to the Hyatt Place.
What about you,
And,
Mel?
and, and I'm going to a timeshare that I have up that
Oh,
way
that's
in
right.
Orlando.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Okay.
All right.
Melvin, let me know if you have some customers you want to invite to that show for free. We can get them in.
I appreciate knowing that. Yeah, okay.
Right, Howard? You got that too, right? You can send out
Yeah.
passes for them to get in.
And Ed, I know you've given it to me a while, but just send me an email with your booth numbers on it so I can add it to your ad in the paper and the e-blast.
Okay, okay. We're in booth 1237, but I'll send that to you later.
Okay.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hike. Good morning, Brian.
Morning. How you
Hey,
doing?
good morning, Brian.
Morning. Hey,
Hello, Brian.
Ed, what did you text me about something?
When?
Somebody keeps calling you?
Oh. The last week or so, 4 or 5 times a day, I'm getting information from people who say we've been approved for $250,000 line of credit, or for
Yeah.
$250,000 working capital, or for $1 million payable over 2 years.
I get that also.
I get that too.
It's amazing how many times in a given day I get that.
Yeah. I get the ones like that are from another country. We need to talk to you about your A and B. You can get some free benefits. I'll get you a EBT card and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, right. It's like,
Uh,
so
all that.
there's one guy that calls me all the time, and his name is Brian. I go, hey, my name is Brian. How you doing?
My name is Aji.
Yeah, yeah.
Aji, aka Philip.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Remember we had a guy
Ed, I
here
have an idea for you,
Oh,
and maybe Mel, it's in the works. Okay. I've been talking to these guys called Sunlow Master Marketing. They have places in the Carolinas and Florida, and they are like I guess you'd say a dealer's rep, or whatever. They represent brands and they sell it to the dealers. Okay.
the
And
food brokers.
huh?
It's food brokers.
Food broker. Yeah. Okay. And I saw the machine about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and they're going to roll it out with a cheesecake factory. And the guy that's spearheading it, his name is Ira Blumenthal. And I think I told Ed, I'm not Ed, but I told Howard about it. It's kind of a weird twist. He actually knows, well, he actually worked for the company that my dad worked for back in the 60s and 70s. I guess y'all heard of Hillshire and Rudy's, right?
mhm.
And they bought Conn's, and Conn's at one time was owned by Cyril Lee, and Cyril Lee was owned by Consolidated Foods. So we were talking, and he says, "Yeah, I lived in Cincinnati, and I worked for this Hillshire Rudy's." And I said, "Well, that's probably part of Conn's, right?" And he said, "Yeah." So I started naming off people that my dad worked with, and he knew these people because my dad was transferred to Atlanta in 74. So he's spearheading this along with Sunlow Master Marketing. And what this machine does is a standalone, and a lot of them have been out there, but this was pretty state of the art. takes credit cards, but it also can do several things. It can do a pizza, bake the pizza. It can also do other things like has a cold side to it. So we could handle ice cream. It can handle a lot of different things. So it's designed to, it's almost like an Ultrasham or a Rationale where it has different heating elements and stuff like that. But this can also freeze stuff. And I was thinking about the guy in Rome. Maybe we can get him to buy a machine, and he wants to do retail, and see if I can get him in front of these guys, and maybe he can put these in these machines, because they also are working with Auburn University, University of Alabama. What else? They got a couple other stuff that they're doing. They got some colleges, not colleges, but hotels that want to do that. So, Ed, I'll
Well,
keep you up to date on
Brian,
it.
that guy in Rome, Georgia, he's trying to get into production of ice cream. And he's trying to particularly go into the Tennessee market, selling pints and quarts to people, and 3-gallon pails of ice cream to go into their shops, because he's trying to get them to buy display carts in every one of these stores.
Okay.
So that's where he's moving to.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
But I don't know why he's trying to do that when he bought a building that relies on as a septic system in it. And I don't understand why he did that, because it's pretty hard to have a septic system and you're running water through your cooling coils to cool the machines off, and it's going to a septic tank.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe Mel, I'll see what they have to say. I don't know. They're trying to iron this stuff out, so I have a meeting with them next week and see what happens with them. So
Good morning, Jeremy, Chris, Terry, and Kurt.
yeah.
Good morning,
Ed,
sir.
Ed, I just, I don't know why I didn't have this thought a little bit before, but you and I have something in common, Ed.
Uh-oh.
I've got the pie and you have ice cream, and somehow ice cream fits on the pie pretty well.
That's what I'm thinking of at the Florida Restaurant Show. Bring the little pies there, and we'll put ice cream or whipped cream on top.
Exactly. But we'll have to go beyond that and think of how we can help each other in that area.
Now, the one thing at the Florida Restaurant Show, you have to keep the serving sizes below 4 ounces.
No problem. No problem.
I know who's going to be paying your booth a visit every once in a while.
Because I've got to get prior approval for all that. And I just have to tell them what we're going to do. And I've never had a problem in the past.
Okay. Well, we'll work together on that.
Okay.
Well, good morning, everybody else. I see we've got a couple of new faces in there.
Melvin, it's the only thing is hard if you ship a pie across the country to put ice cream on it before it leaves.
Yeah, that'll be a special challenge. I doubt
have to get a lot of dry ice.
Yeah. Okay.
You did not.
My son Andrew knows a lot about dry ice. He's spent over 10 years working with that. I don't know that'll work, but it's a thought. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you look different. How come?
Oh, I'm at the No-Tell Motel. And yeah.
We do not want to know any further. Well, the guys might, but I do.
Yeah. Hold on just a minute. You girls get dressed. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hey, is that a boa coming behind you in the background there?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know it's a rough crowd.
That's right.
But yeah, but I'll be on here as long as I can be on here. I got a couple of obligations flying in from outer space, and that may actually result in some Benjamins. So, but I'm here I'm here as long as I can be here.
Yeah, try and stay on, because we do. Howard, do we have a new person today as well?
Supposed to be coming in to do a presentation on this
Yes,
product.
with presentation, and also is he
And he's
taking a
from
booth
Atlanta.
as well? Yes, another booth sold. by Howard Appel.
Okay, great.
Yes. We're going to have one
Mhm.
heck of an aisle.
Yeah.
Brandon is not coming today.
Okay.
ITD is not coming today.
Okay.
But this guy Cliff Ramble, he's a business broker, and he also has this AI product that he says would be interesting for us. So
Okay.
he's supposed to be here, but best laid plans.
Yep.
So while we were kind of talking a little bit real quick, I went to this thing last weekend. Went up to Bristol to see the Braves and Reds play. That was God, man. And
So that was at a racetrack, right?
yeah, it was pretty cool. But Saturday was just a monsoon of rain. And our parking tickets were like almost 2 miles away. Hiked that in, and then they had a lot of stuff going on. They had the fanfare, and then they opened up the stadium at 3, and then about 4 they came out to practice, and they had to shut it down, and they had to put the tarp back on and everything. And then what was it? About 6, Tim McGraw came out and sung, and then they're supposed to start the game at 7:20. They can't because it was raining so hard, and the ground crew keeps running out to the infield, keep putting dirt down because it's underwater. And finally, about 9:40, they start the game. They didn't get through the first inning, so they had to suspend it. So they finally decided about 10:30 to suspend the game. So then got to the car, but it took us an hour and a half to get out of there. Okay. But on top of that, they ran out of food. Ran out of food between like the 7:20 and 10. And the next day they resumed it, so I went to it. So they said, well, because we're out of food, y'all can bring your own food in. So yeah.
Brian, it sounds like Woodstock.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the rain and they ran out of food.
Yes.
And they ran out of drugs. So we were
It was
right up here.
It was crazy. But yeah, it was a pretty good
Yeah.
experience. I just think that in Major League Baseball probably got a little black eye on it because the food ran out of food, and just there was some stuff that they just didn't control. So, but also
Brian, I forgot in the Wall Street Journal this past week there was a big, almost an entire page on the Savannah Bananas. I'll cut that out and send it up to you.
Okay, yeah. But like I said on Sunday, there was over 85,000 people there. But yes, about when was it? Sunday, only barely 35,000 showed up because people didn't think of booking another hotel night. And yeah, but this racetrack was built back in 61, so you can tell there's not been much remodel to it, but it actually will seat 146,000 people. So
I guess Mother Nature showed everyone she still rules, right?
yeah. So.
Did anyone bother to look at the weather before they went?
Yeah, we did, and it wasn't supposed to rain.
Oh no. Hey Ed, were you at Woodstock?
I got stuck in traffic.
About Phyllis and I, Terry, we made it for the opening.
Yep.
My grandmother had a bungalow colony in Mountaindale, not too far from there, and I used to fish in the lakes right there. Where the Woodstock event took place, and so I knew the back roads, so we were able to get there. And
we used to go fishing in the Beaverkill River, which went through there. And that it's sort of a back way.
Were you in the mountains over there, Ed, in some way, or in the Catskills? Anywhere from Mountaindale, Woodbridge, Fallsburg, Monticello, Liberty.
Well, I know where all that is. Yeah. I spent a lot of. I grew up there. I was in northern New Jersey. We spent a lot of time up in that area.
Oh, okay. Well, we
My-
got a lot in common, including the gray hair. Yeah.
What hair?
Yeah, right.
I didn't go to Woodstock, but I was represented there. I had just gotten out of the army,
Oh,
and I come home with my duffel bag, with my shovel and my all the other kind of junk that they give you. So all my buddies from the Bronx wanted to go to Woodstock. I said, "Here, take my shovel, take my tarp, take the." So I was there in pieces. I wasn't there.
we drove a 59 Rambler station wagon up there.
Oh, my
Clutch.
had one of those.
And I had a 61 Volkswagen Bug, and
Oh, okay.
that was really appropriate.
Air cooled, air cooled.
Yeah, air cooled, absolutely. You open the
Oh.
windows and it got cooled.
You fit right. I was 13. My dad wouldn't let me go.
Well, there were 13-year-olds up there.
Well, I couldn't go. I was in California. My
Yeah.
dad, you're 13. You're not going.
Yeah, so we arrived with the Volkswagen, and we were on a dirt road right alongside of the event, and there was a lack of parking area. But we solved that easily enough. Four strong guys came up to us, so we got out of the car, and each one grabbed the corner of the car, the Volkswagen, lifted it up, and carried it onto the grass and plunked it down. So we had the valet parking, if you will, different way. That's the story there.
It was tough sleeping in the car the first night.
Well, we didn't have a van, with flowers on it, and what have you. But there were lots of vans. There were lots of vans around me with a lot of smoke coming out of them. It wasn't exhaust either. Yeah, right.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Oh my God.
Oh boy, those were good old days. Yeah.
And the rain came and came and came and came and came.
Exactly.
And came.
Yeah, and then we left, when it got too slippery.
All I know is the roads we were going to that place were a parking lot. I mean, it was almost.
Yeah, they were. They really were.
Oh,
Good
well,
old days.
those were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Wait.
I just emailed him again. I don't know where the hell he is.
Okay.
Wow. I still have the original Woodstock album. And I know most of the
I
music.
do. Okay.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Oh, look at you. You've got your
There it is. And there's my ticket. I guess you can't see it.
No, back back it
It's on the bottom over there. Yeah.
Mel, back it
Yeah.
up so it's not blurry.
Well, I guess I can't. I'm doing it. But
Further,
it's not
further. Walk out the door. Go out the door.
working. Go out the door.
Aw.
Peace, love, and so much more. That's what it's all about. There's the beautiful museum there now, by the way. If you ever get up that area in Bethel Woods, the Woodstock Festival, we've got all kinds of other things here, on it. But at any rate, if you need any information, or if you're going to go that way, give me a buzz.
Will do.
Speaking of buzz,
All these young people, Kurt and Jeremy, they're like, wait a second, what are y'all talking about?
I know what Woodstock is.
Yeah, but you never went, you're too young. Jeremy, same thing.
If I could go back in time, I would go for sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't go either, but
All right, Howard, are you about to kick this meeting, and we'll get underway?
yeah, he was
Yeah.
trying
I was just going to ask Jeremy. Jeremy, would you be able to do a elongated intro as to the benefits of using a PEO?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let me pull up a
Just,
little
just this conversation, just to get.
yeah, sure. So,
And- But not,
a lot of
not right
you.
now.
Oh, not this
Not
second.
yet.
Oh.
Let me start the meeting officially. You
Yeah,
know,
go for it.
and also, Kurt, can you do a elongated intro?
Sure.
You,
Yeah.
the
Hello,
topic of
everybody.
AI.
Say again,
Do you
Howard?
use AI?
Sorry, I'm breaking up.
Do you use AI at all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So
Okay. Not yet. Not
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Let me
Howard, you bring up an interesting point there, AI. You realize in my lifetime, we introduced copy machines. So how many jobs did a copy machine get rid of? Because back then, if you wanted multiple copies of something, you had to put it on a typewriter and get 3 or 4 pieces of carbon and do it, or somebody has to copy it by hand. So that eliminated people. Then all of a sudden we got a fax machine. You know, who uses a fax machine now? I mean, I haven't used one in 20 years.
No.
It's
I used
amazing how the technology.
a couple of years ago, eFax, but no.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing the technology that I've seen in my life, and what it's done, and all the technology has eliminated jobs, if I can say it that way. It really has, but it has created so many other jobs.
That's right. All right, let me officially start the meeting, and if this guy shows up, he shows up. All right, hold on a second.
What
That's
is
the way
he was so excited and to do the presentation.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's restaurant networking group. Today is August the 8th, 9 o'clock in the morning. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant, and we are a digital newspaper for the restaurant industry. And all of us here are vendors in the restaurant industry who are here to help each other grow our businesses and also to help any restaurant management, owner, chef, bartender with any questions they might have. And we're here to help. If you have any questions or would like to join us at the meeting, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com and take a look at our YouTube channel. And we are quickly approaching 500 videos on the channel. And if you'd like to see it, go to our website, and on the top you'll see a tab for YouTube, and just click on that, and we'll take you right to it. So, good morning, everybody. I think everybody is out today on vacation and getting the kids ready for school. So we're going to proceed. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to ask a couple of our members, when I introduce them, to give us an extended intro of what their company does and some of the benefits that they might have. So I'm going to ask Jeremy, why don't you start us off with the intros and tell us what the benefit to a restaurant to using a PEO.
Sure. So, Worksite HR, we're a PEO, which is a co-employment model. It's similar to the old employee leasing model, but you'll find that some of the old models wanted to have a little bit more control over some of the things that you did in the back office and on site. So our motto is that your number one job is to manage the facilities and the people on site. We're not getting involved in that. We're here to support you in everything HR. We assign you an HR person that's for your account. It's not some online portal. It's not some 800 number. You call a direct number to your HR assigned person to help you with employee handbooks, job descriptions, wage and hour rules. I mean, you name it, we help with everything in that case. We recently had a restaurant that got in trouble with wage and hour, and unfortunately, their HR person got fired because of this issue, but they brought us on to come in and fix everything, which we've done. And then the great thing about coming under a PEO is the shift of liability, right? So you think about the workers' comp. A lot of times people get what's called a pay-by-pay workers' comp policy. Usually it's predictive. There's usually a fee to file it, where with the PEO, it's not predictive. It's actually based on the actual wages you run every time you run payroll. We pull the premium out and send it to the carrier. There's no extra fee for that on top of the policy, where a lot of those policies and some of these other payroll companies will charge a fee for even managing that particular part of your business. We usually have some baked in discounts, depending on the situation, of course. If someone has a pretty large modification rate, which I don't know if you're familiar with that, but usually a 1.0 is level set. So if you have $1 per 100 on your workers' comp policy for any rate, and you're at a 1.36, you're paying $1.36 for a dollar code. Where when you come to a PEO, you can come in, you can, get a safety plan drawn up to help you mitigate some of the losses that you had before, put some things in your HR handbook that addresses some of these safety policies, go through some online trainings that will provide you, like for instance, in a restaurant, when you're cutting tomatoes, you need to wear the glove and you need to wear a hairnet, right? I mean, some restaurants don't have those protocols in place, which is kind of crazy. So we'll help with that. And then we'll reset their rate to a 1.0. So that could be tens of thousands of dollars for a pretty large restaurant. 36 cents per 100 per employee. So that's pretty substantial. We also handle all state unemployment claims and administration. No audit on that either. So there's no audit on workers' comp, no audit on state unemployment. We handle all claims, all administration, all deductions. And then you have the power of a PEO's buying power, because when you have 3,000, 6,000, 10,000 clients and 25,000 employees, whatever the number is, right? You have the ability to go to the market with an economy of scale and get a better price on health plans for group rates, better supplemental plans like accident, cancer, long-term, short-term dental, vision, things like that you can offer your employees. There's a strategy around benefits that we help with the employer, so it's not the most expensive thing they do, but it allows them to create an offering for their clients, or for their employees, and then, as you would expect, we run the payroll, all taxes, all administration of the taxes are sent to the government on your behalf under our EIN. So if anything goes wrong with taxes, we hold the liability. We're in trouble if we mess it up, not you guys. So when you're doing it yourself, or you're just using a turnstile payroll where they just process the payroll for you, that payroll company doesn't hold any liability, because they're just processing payroll based on the information you gave them. Whereas a PEO, it's under our EIN. So we know that we have filed correctly. We've got the right rates. We've got the right tax forms filled out properly from your employees. We pay the taxes on your behalf under our EIN. So that's where that co-employment comes in. You're in charge of everything on the site. We don't tell you how to run your business. We will make suggestions, especially if there's an issue. We'll make suggestions on changes, but you're not required to implement. But if that happens again, some PEOs will say, hey, listen, we don't feel like you're really taking this serious, and you're putting yourself and us at risk for lawsuits. We've got to really come up with a plan, and we'll have another conversation at that point, right? So there's just a lot of things we can do to help with oversight, compliance, shift to liability, and giving you back some time in your day and in your week to not do so much administration around running your employees in the back office part of your business. So if you're a chef that opened a restaurant, you probably just want to be a chef, right? You don't want to be the HR guy, and you don't want to be the payroll guy, and you don't want to handle workers' comp claims. But if you don't have a partner like a PEO, you are that guy. There's no one, you handle everything. There's no support staff, so to speak, right? And then when you think about, if you were to hire an HR person as a large organization, not even large, just medium size, let's say 50 employees, and you think it's time for an HR person. For an actual qualified tenured HR professional that knows what the heck they're doing, not right out of college or barely had an internship, you're going to spend 85 to 120 grand a year just on that person. Where with us, you could spend 50 grand, 30 grand for everything that I just told you, and have all the HR. And so it's a fraction of the cost without having the expense of an employee above and beyond the wages. So if you hire that person, you got healthcare, you've got benefits, you've got allowances, you've got all that stuff. Where if you hire us, you get everything under one roof at a fraction of the cost.
How many employees does a restaurant have to make it efficient for them to use you?
I would say 10 or more is probably ideal. My smallest restaurant was 9 employees when I brought them on. They're a French bistro out in Indian Shores, but they were adding a dinner service, so they were about to double in size when I brought them on. So that was really cool. But yeah, I would say 10 or more. I think it makes sense there. Just because slips and falls, all that stuff, you need a plan in place.
Yeah.
Does your company take advantage of any AI opportunities in doing what you do?
I know that we've implemented some AI stuff on our back end side to help us be more efficient for our clients. Not necessarily something that we've rolled out to our clients, but stuff that we use to ensure that things are done quickly and more efficiently. I know our marketing team and our operations team is utilizing AI. I utilize it to write emails.
Yeah, I know.
Just
They
kidding.
keep saying that if you're not using it, you're falling behind.
Mhm.
And it's going to continue to go. Right, Kurt?
100%. Yeah. Or just introduction. Hey guys, I'm Kurt Hayden. I work with Spot On. We're a restaurant technology company. Everything top to bottom, anything from point of sale, credit card processing, all the way through online ordering, QR codes, handhelds, websites, marketing, like we do it all. But as far as like AI is concerned, we just came out with a new tool that is exclusive to us too. It's called Profit Assist. Very exciting. Basically, if you use the big three, which is like QuickBooks Online, if you use R365, and if you use Xero, we have a tool now, an AI tool that will go in and scan your P&L and will actually give you like up-to-date, like daily emails forwarded straight to your account that will actually show you where like your profit margins are changing. Like if your Cintas costs go up, or if your CO2 costs go up, or something's happening in your labor, your food costs, it will like notify you and show you how everything's changing, and it will give you actionable updates on what to do. And we're seeing like a 4.3% increase in profit margin over a year if you utilize it. Because if you think about it, at the end of the day, if you're waiting to the end of the month to scan your P&L, it's already too late, right? You're already losing that money. So that's a really exciting tool that we have. We also use AI-driven marketing. So we do like email campaigns, social media campaigns that are set it and forget it. So you can use AI, like ChatGPT, and create all kinds of like campaigns, and then you just plug it right into our marketing tool, and it will just send out all those mass emails, especially if you're using it in conjunction with loyalty programs. Because one of the things I tell restaurant owners all the time is data is king. If you got a tablet farm and you've got DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and all these things, like they're collecting all your data, right? They're keeping your emails, your phone numbers, and they're using it to help themselves make more money, which makes absolutely no sense. If you have a customer down the road who spends $1,000 a month with you, you have no idea who that person is. So collecting your data is very important. And then if you do use that in conjunction with like our, AI marketing, like you just have the tools to help your business grow and, profit margins, everything like that. I'm trying to think. I think that's the only real thing we're using now. We also have like AI tools that will help you generate your menu. So like if you want to go in and tweak your menu and everything like that, you can go in and just type, like, hey, make my menu an Irish theme menu, and the AI tool will revamp your entire menu and make it look, Irish themed for St. Patrick's Day. I use AI tools every day. So we have like a system called Express where I can go in and literally take a picture of the like a QSR or a restaurant's menu, and it will fully upload their menu and give them a demo environment for them to play with of their menu, which is really cool. That's very exciting. And then I also use AI every day because, emails, sending out 100 emails a day is impossible without it. I create images of people's restaurants if they're opening up a new restaurant so they can kind of get a vision of what they're using. I mean, you're absolutely right, Howard. If you're not utilizing AI, you're falling way behind right now. So that's just a couple ways we use AI. We have more in the pipeline coming down the road. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really interesting. What it's really in the infancy stages of AI because the system is learning itself right now. So as time goes on, it learns more and it's going to be able to do more. I mean, I just, before we came on, I entered a topic into AI. How can a restaurant utilize AI? What things can a restaurant do with AI? And I got 3 pages of information, well, 2.5. But for the average Joe, if he's not up to date with it, what's going on with AI, we're really falling behind.
Yeah, you definitely. Go ahead.
Real quick on AI, which is I notice, I don't know if it's negative or positive, whatever, but people are using when you call somebody, and AI basically will answer and say this is AI, and so who you trying to reach, and you have to identify yourself and then explain to them why you are calling.
Yeah, they have AI assistants. That's what you're talking about, Brian, right?
Yeah, and so it's kind of like, and I gave up on one client that I was working on because I was told to call her and never heard back from her. So I was like, okay, whatever. But it just I guess it's another tool that they try to weed out things and try to identify if you're a marketer or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, just
it goes negatively too if you think about it, because there's a huge article that just came out last month about Resy and OpenTable, where other companies are using AI tools to go to their website and book up all of their reservations and then selling them as a premium, right? Which is so now OpenTable and Resy and all these reservation systems are having to adapt AI in order to keep those bots from going in and pulling up all their reservations. So it's just the never-ending flow of people using AI to negatively impact the restaurant industry, and then people having to use AI tools to protect their industry too. So it's exciting and terrifying. Just make sure you say thank you before our robot overlords take over, right?
I'll have my AI call your AI.
Yep.
Harry, do you have that video? You want to show that video? You know how to do it? Or you can't do it?
Are you me?
Yeah, you.
I can do it next week. I'll have to do my screen share, and then
our computer system is being overhauled at the moment, so we're sort of limited in what we can do.
Oh, but we have a great new system. It's phenomenal. And we have this, actually, if you go on Howard's, either go on his Instagram page, it's on there. I uploaded it to that yesterday, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's on LinkedIn. It's on Facebook. It's on his, I'm putting it on his web channel today. But go on LinkedIn, you'll see it. It is an AI generated video that is phenomenal. It's only about a minute, but I promise you'll love it, especially for you, Kurt and Jeremy, who are very familiar with the AI stuff. And Ed, I think you and Brian and even Mel will find it very interesting. It's so cute and to the point, spot on. Never mind the pun. Spot on. Just phenomenal. Truly. Take a look.
We did it during, I think, during or before COVID. So we were sort of ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Go on Instagram and take a look. Go on LinkedIn, take a look. Go on his, I think that. Howard, is that Cliff?
What?
Oh, Chris? Okay.
No. So anyway, I think if anybody knows any people who are AI experts, I'd be interested in having them come in to do a combined meeting for us. I think that's something interesting that we need to stay on top of.
Sounds like Kurt is. But take a look at that. I promise you won't be sorry. It is extremely entertaining for 160 seconds. Go on LinkedIn and take a look on my page.
Isn't Steve pretty AI savvy?
Go on Howard, you weren't here, but go on Howard's LinkedIn page. We put up an AI, it's about a 60-second video describing TRN that I think will blow you away. It's really, really something. Take a look at it. You can comment, that would help. Get the word out there. We're putting it all over the internet. I've got my IT people. I've got my graphic artists. I've got my our other team. It's going to be all over the internet. And this is something that has already brought in calls, ads. And it just went up. So take a look.
But the point of the whole thing was it was done prior to this big push of
Right.
AI. We were
Right.
ahead of the curve as far as that goes. And now I feel like I'm behind the curve because I'm not using it. But what I just discovered within the last few weeks, that if you need a photograph, you can go into, I use Copilot and put the topic that you want, and it'll generate a photo. I put in happy chef, and I got a picture of a happy chef. Put in just all kinds of things that you can do. It's crazy. And you'll see them in future emails that I put out. You wouldn't even know it was AI generated. Put in busy restaurant. It gives you a picture of people eating in a restaurant. It's really amazing.
Commercials on TV that I see, there's this girl with short red hair and she's talking to this guy about in the grocery store about dog food, what's the best. I'm sure you have seen it. And then I realized she's AI. She's not even real. It's insane.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I gotta go. My son's new high school event ended early, so I gotta go pick him up.
Okay, Jeremy.
Sorry guys. Thank you.
Chris, do you use AI in any of the things you do?
Not yet, but I did for the first time, and it was amazing. What I did, it was an application to review a letter, and I was developing a letter that my brother has a company that deals with diesel engines and saving fuel, etc. And it was a letter he was writing to the chief finance officer for Walmart because they have so many trucks, etc. And so I thought, well, let me see what this AI can do to review the letter. And it reviewed it like within 30 seconds and came out with point by point by point with what the letter was trying to get accomplished. And it was wonderful. It was just amazing.
How do you review? How do you actually physically do that? Do you have to put in the whole article into the search box?
It's been a couple of weeks, but as I recall, you would basically like copy and paste. You copied it and then hit evaluate, and it was amazing. But you know what? There's a thing called Grammarly, which is it might be AI. You've heard of Grammarly?
Yes.
Yeah.
It evaluates your text as you're writing and helps you with contractions and a better way to say things, but they don't make it mandatory. And neither did that situation where they evaluated my brother's letter. It just gave a review, an AI review of what somebody would take away from his letter. And I thought, wow, that's
wow.
Pretty, yeah. Wow. I mean, it's amazing.
Ed, you've an engineering background. Have you been using AI, or you?
I've dabbled with it the last year and a half. I mean, I don't do a lot of stuff with it, but I've plugged in there and get developmental ideas that I use to go on my way and make some other emails up or some other ad campaigns. Yeah, but you know, if I was coming out of college now, I can guarantee that AI would be all over the place in what I'm trying to do. I know
Yeah.
the professors have tools where they can see if it's been run on AI, but you can use the AI just to critique what you've written and what you've done. So,
Right.
which is a huge step.
I bet
It's got a lot.
I bet there's also tools out there where the professors can determine if a term paper was AI generated or if it was real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris, that's already there. It's about 6 months ago, I was reading an article about that where professors take that paper and actually put it someplace in a program, and it'll tell you if it's been written by AI and with a certain percentage of probability. Yeah.
Wow.
And the one professor said, if that happens, I failed the person.
You know, what we're talking about is, writing letters and correcting letters and things like that. That's sort of the beginning stages of it. There are so many more advanced uses of it. Like in this article that I had printed out this morning, just give you an idea. Waste reduction, automated recordings, predictive inventory management, kitchen display systems, cooking automation, quality control, scheduling.
Howard, one thing that I've got to say, I've used the AI, but I got to be careful because a lot of times when you pull something straight out of AI, you have stuff that's not really right or not correct for what
Right.
you're trying to do. So you got to go in and edit everything.
Yes,
I found you have to edit.
that's exactly right.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just like writing an email for like using ChatGPT. It's like there's better tools out there than just that. There's one called trying to remember the name of it, Hemingway, and it like will write your emails in a more human, eloquent way than ChatGPT will just write it like a robot. So like
Okay.
there's all kinds of stuff out there.
And I,
Does Hemingway cost? Is there
I think I spend like $5 a month on it, something like that. But now, if you think about ROI on it, though, like
oh yeah,
$5 is nothing compared to.
right.
Maybe we should
or
spend
anymore.
5 minutes every week with just finding out if something new came on the market that we can use.
Yeah.
What about Brian? Do you use AI in what you do?
Brian uses A1 on his steaks.
I use a little bit. I use a little bit of it. I probably use it and I don't even realize I do use it.
Oh, that's bad. That's dangerous.
I know.
You got to think the rise too, like companies like McDonald's and these huge QSRs are starting to use AI in like order bots instead of actual people in the window, with a headset on. That's gonna be...
For Checkers, my
Yep.
friend had a hot dog with chili on it from Checkers. You drive through and it's AI generated. And as you're reading the menu, it's repeating it back. And you're like, quiet. We're not ready to order. You're arguing with an AI box. So
Carrie, you know who tried that, and I don't know if they still do it or not, but
it's awful.
It is. So Taco Bell, they closed. But where I live, you go up and you order some stuff, and
I refuse to talk and argue to an AI box. I refuse.
And I'm telling them, and what I order, then you get up to the window, and it's not what you ordered.
Exactly. That's what happened here as well. Same thing.
What about you, Mel? You using anything?
No. Once upon a time, I really was very sharp. With those 20 years in IBM and things like Fortran, COBOL, machine language, what have you. But I'm embarrassed to say that I don't know if I have enough time in life to catch up or retrain.
Sure.
What about Andrew? Is he using it?
Fortran 4.
Well, it's not one of his strengths also. And it's funny, just yesterday, we had a fella come in and he's going to put together a proposal for us to see if we could get working with him to get on top of the social media area, because right now, as you all know, we just recently got started 6-7 months ago in the business of the pies, the Concord Grape Pie, bringing that product to America, a great pie. And we've made a lot of headway. I'm really proud of what Andrew's been able to do to generate outstanding Concord grape pies, something which 99% of the people in America has never really tasted. And we've got a couple of exciting things that just have recently happened. Tomorrow, there'll be a breaking article in the Reveille, that's the newspaper of our Century Village. Covers 16,000 people are going to read a feature story about myself and my project, and that puts me in a position now to be looking for a nearby location where people could drive in and pick up the pies, see the pies. And I've got a place in mind here that I'm working with, and so that's very, very exciting for us. And so this right now, it's interesting. The farmers market season, if you will, there is a season, and it's coming to an end now. Because of the heat out there, people just don't come out to the farmers markets the way they would when things cool down. So it gives us a chance to work on next season, which begins in October, late October, November. And we're really positioned well with all the markets around us, in Parkland, Delray, West Palm Beach. We'll be in all these locations, and the business will really expand that way. But we really need to expand online, and get those orders flowing online. And so we're pretty excited about all the things that are happening around us right now. And for the moment, I can't say that we're using AI, but believe me, I'll be investigating all the opportunities there.
All right. Well, like I said, maybe every week if something pops in the AI world that somebody knows about, bring it up during the meeting so we can all benefit from it.
I read an article the other day, actually. Really good news for salespeople is because of the rise of AI, eventually nobody will be able to trust anything you hear on the phone or via email. So like face-to-face sales is going to become have a renaissance. So because people won't trust anything they hear on the phone or via email. So like somebody shaking your hand and actually having a conversation with you face-to-face is going to be the only way to actually sell anything. So good news for us.
Yeah. I like that because, I'm kind of old school, and then it kind of went away. So everybody wanted to be in contact either by text or email or sometimes by phone. And I always like to go out and see my clients or whatever. And if I can't, I try to, a lot of them, they're not nearby out west or up north. I can't, but no, you're right. I mean, I think it's the trust factor is a big thing, just get in front of somebody. And it's kind of I'm glad to see that somewhat coming back, and another thing like what you sell, because I was in the computer business back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I worked for Aloha, and and I saw things start to change, not just the industry, but as far as like trying to get through who the owner is. You always had that gatekeeper, and that's tough. It's very tough. But I always was out on the road, just leaving cards, talking to people, see who I can.
Let me ask everybody this based on what Kurt just said about salespeople. How are the new generation going to handle that? Because they're happier just having their face in an iPhone than they are talking to people. So how are they going to interact with as a customer, like, or a salesperson. It can't.
I mean, you're not wrong, Ed. I mean, it's like definitely, in
Yeah.
my opinion, a dying art, just being able to have a conversation with somebody, it's definitely one of those.
Their idea of a conversation, send me a text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the business models too. Spot On has kind of adopted too, which is good, is like 80% of our employees have come from the restaurant industry. And if you're in the restaurant industry, you have no choice but to talk to people and like converse and actually be a human being, right? So like I bartended for 20 plus years. So, like I think that's where it comes from. That's why they have done that, is because you're already desensitized and I can have a conversation with anybody about anything because I bartended for so long. I was like a therapist and an entertainer and everything for so long. So
you were Joe the bartender.
yeah.
So real quick, where I
Jackie
live,
Gleason.
I
Tom
was
Cruise,
watching this person, and I'm like going, man. And where I live in an apartment. Cars come in and out, speeding in and out. And this guy, I'm watching him, and I'm watching him because I was walking my dog, and I was watching where I was going. But he was walking through the intersection, like
Looking down.
like going, "You're gonna get clobbered." I'm like,
Yep.
okay, like.
Well-
There was one other thing in New York. They showed this picture of this person walking down the street in New York, and I guess New York has those
manholes.
grates that they lift up, and I guess you can go down into and
Mhm.
store stuff.
Manhole cover.
Oh, yeah, people
Yeah.
fall into them all the time because they're on the phone.
They showed this person walking, not watching what they are doing, and fell in the hole.
Yep.
I'm
Happens
like,
all the
yeah, it
time.
was something I saw it, and I was like on YouTube, and it's just like,
Kurt, you bartended for 20 years?
Yes, sir. I started off like as soon as I turned 18 years old. I started working for Chili's back in the day, Brinker. And then I moved to Orlando the first time and I worked for Margaritaville in City Walk. Then I moved out to Las Vegas and I opened up 3 or 4 restaurants. I opened up 4 restaurants in Las Vegas. I opened up the Margaritaville out there. I worked at Hakkasan for a long time. And then I moved back to Florida and I was at Tampa International Airport for almost 10 years before COVID hit. And then COVID happened and then, everybody knows what happened to the restaurant industry during
yeah.
COVID.
You were like
I think from now on, every meeting, every week,
Howard.
come in and make one drink. Show everybody how to make one particular drink.
Sure. I can do flair too. Like I used to do flair competitions. I'll throw glasses around.
And you, holy cow!
Yeah.
AI will never replace that.
It's true.
Mhm.
They're going to try though.
The robotics are trying. Really.
Yep. I think it's the first things to go is they're going to automate pouring so that way they can eliminate spillage and like theft.
Right.
Well, you have that now.
Yeah, already for sure.
Also, I don't know if you guys do it or not, but what Aloha came out with was when you took a lot of cash, okay? Because as you know, more, and I would say what 97, 98% now is credit cards, right? But Aloha came out with this thing where it would able to track what was coming in and out of that cash store. They could see if not the bartender, whatever, was taking more out of there and put in their pocket than what was going in there. So
I mean, it's all. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to get around it.
Yeah.
Now, like blind drops and stuff like that. But you got to think like there's a company called Margin Edge. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. It's like a inventory management, and for like bars alone, they have like direct integrations where you can like just weigh the bottle and it'll tell you exactly how it started all the way through, and it goes straight to the point of sale system, straight into the like your reporting and everything like that. So they can like measure within like 0.001% of an ounce of like the change in the bottle. Not to mention food costs and all that too, but
the
back in the day,
not in the
I
cost.
used to manufacture bar sinks, and when we had to go in to replace any of them in some of the bars in Manhattan, when beer was $0.25 a glass for 25 cents a glass, the bartender would pull a beer get the quarter, put it in the till. The next one they pull, get the quarter, throw it in the bar sink. And at the end of the day, he just had one of the compartments with quarters for him. That's inventory, that's
Oh, yeah.
cost control. That's
And I'm sure he declared that on his taxes.
Yeah, right. Well,
We don't
New
tell
York
Uncle
is-
Sam about that cash.
New York is a
Everybody's
cash
got to pay their
society.
taxes.
What were you going to say, Terry? You don't need to jump on that.
Uh-oh. Oh, yes, dear.
No, it's okay. I kept thinking about what he said when he was a bar 20 years, like he was a counselor, he was this, he was that. And I thought of the song by Billy Joel, The Piano Man. And
Oh,
when
yeah.
he back to, you know, as a friend of mine who gives me my beer for free, he's quick with a joke or a light of your smoke. When you're a bartender, you hear it all. Everybody's like, they want to talk, you know, it's closing time. Is that what you went through, all of that?
I have so many stories I could tell y'all. I don't know how
Oh.
many times I like at the air, especially at Tampa International Airport. I was there for, like I said, 10 years, and people were afraid to fly, and they would take pills and stuff like that, and then they would like start, and they would have one drink, and then boom, hit the ground, you know, and I would take pictures of them on like a gurney as they're being carted out, and I would send it to my family and be like, "Look, I can pour a really good drink."
Hey, Kurt, I think it would only be fair to tell you that I spent 40 years as a grower of grapes, right in the heart of the wine country
Oh,
in the Finger Lakes, and
yep.
so I know a little bit about Riesling, Chardonnays, the reds, the whites, the what have you. I myself grew 19 different varieties in a nursery of grapes. So between us, we've got the field covered over here.
Oh,
You cover the whiskey, I'll cover the wine.
there you go. I love wine too. Like I got my Psalm 1 certification, which is not hard to get, but like, and then I've gotten my beer certification and everything too. So I've been doing it for a minute, but I finally escaped and got on the other side of it.
Holy crap, you did for sure. Wow.
I always say what you're doing as a profession now is one of the hardest sales jobs.
Yeah. I appreciate,
I
yeah,
believe.
100%. I mean, because technically, like what we do is software sales, right? But I mean, there's so many companies out there that just offer one solution for one problem for software.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, at the end of the day, like I offer software, hardware, and credit card processing. So it's like merchant services, hardware, and software. Like
Hi there, Phil.
it's a lot.
And you know, Kurt, when I got out, I guess was about 06, I just started seeing the technology start to change a lot. You know, more subscription based, like you're talking about, things like that. It was just that, you know, a lot of things changed, hardware changed. Um, you know, it was just, I think, what was it? Was it Heartland that bought a bunch of companies?
Oh yeah, Heartland. They're starting to kind of like falter out now, which is kind of crazy. And then
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of legacy systems out there, which is, you know, Aloha, Micros, all them,
Yeah.
the huge, bigger corporations and stuff like that, which are slowly starting to convert over. The biggest conversion was when it went from like not cloud-based to cloud-based, right?
Mhm.
And unfortunately, my direct competition was in the market a few years before us. Yeah, I think you guys know who I'm talking about. You know, the burnt bread. Uh, so, and then we're slowly starting to, they have slowly moved up market now, and they're starting to sign, you know, hotels because they just got a PMS, and they're starting to sign, you know, like they just signed Applebee's, and they just signed Topgolf, and they just signed Fuzzy Taco, and these huge, they're going enterprise level. So they're starting to kind of forget about the little guy, which is like kind of where we're like, we're trying to take over 10% of the market right now. Mm.
Well, this was an interesting meeting today.
Could we have Chris maybe introduce himself and say what he does? I believe he was the only one that really, because he wasn't on the whole time, and he might have something to say about all this.
How do we know that what we're looking at is not AI?
And that was my point. So
Watch
please,
the mouth.
Am I a figment of your imagination or are you a figment of mine?
right.
We're all in a
Exactly.
this is all a simulation. This is all just inside our
It
heads.
is. It is. And Chris putting aces in great places, he's still
Yes.
human capital. So he's the one that, if you're not going AI generated, Chris is the one to find your people that he needs. He just sent out a recent newsletter of people that he's looking for, which I look at very carefully because there's a lot of people that call us. Do you know where I can, get this? Do you know anybody hiring here? Howard gets emails for after doing this 29 years, all the corporate chefs, if they lose their jobs, Howard is the one many times that they'll call or text and say, hey, I need this, this, and this, well, you can refer them to Chris. So Chris is the one with human faces in great places. So I just thought that, that should be brought up as well, since that's a counter as to what we've been speaking about this entire, with all these algorithms with the AI. Thought that would be a something to bring up.
Well said, Terry. And Chris, based on that, you had to show up at the Florida Restaurant Show and just try to walk around and sell yourself to everybody down there.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll try to we'll do what I can to make some time to get down and take advantage of that show from that standpoint. Yeah.
Because
if you are coming, make sure that you, if you want, we have a special deal for hotel rooms. So.
Yeah. And tapping into that special deal for the hotel rooms is go through you or what?
You would. What's going to happen is I got a link.
Link
to the hotel, and I'm going to send that out today, and you make your reservation directly with the hotel.
Okay, great.
Or negotiate.
But it's got to be done by October the 11th.
Yes.
Chris, there's free tickets available. I'll send you a link Howard has a link too, so you can get free ticket to get in there.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Hey Howard, I know you had there was a cutoff date for reserving a booth. Is that the same cutoff date for the actual show itself, or is that just for today's restaurant?
That was the date that they gave me,
but
it's not written in stone.
Because I'm talking to my VP right now and trying to get us a presence there and get our own booth, because it's the show keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it would be kind of ignorant of us not to have our own booth there. It's just they're trying to,
Let me give you just and the guys that were there last year can tell you, we had 10 booths last year in our row. And what happens is when somebody comes into the booth and you're having a conversation with them and they mention something about credit card processing, they grab them and walk them over to you. So there was a lot of cross pollination, so to speak, within the group. And at the end of the show, everybody
cross-pollination. Okay.
Yeah, you like that?
I like the way he said that.
Yeah, I like that. He's the new lingo. You're a farmer now.
And we all shared the leads that came into the booth. Everybody sent their list to me. I collated them and sent it out to everybody who was at the show. So this would be our third year doing a group booth. And for the price that they're charging us, I think it's great.
Right, Howard? You sold another for the show yesterday to a new company that will be here next week. They couldn't make it today, but they'll be here next week, and they're our newest.
Remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt, I don't think there's a cutoff from the group for the booths, but I know last year, about a week to 10 days before the show opened, there were no booths left.
Okay.
None. Yes. Well,
No,
we
I-
have.
Well, the thing is, I need to know, I need to know to tell them so they can keep those booths available for us.
And
In our
did you send me a pricing on that, Howard, for what cost?
I don't want to do it online.
No. Yeah, we email it to me. Yeah. Because worst case scenario, I'll get a booth with today, so that way if I can't get my like VPs and everybody, since I mean we're a huge company, so getting people like motivated to like do something, you know, when they've already
know.
got some other things going on.
We had people last year who shared booths also, so that's something that if another member of either group, you can share a booth. But anyway, I'll send it all out this afternoon, I hope, depending on what's going on with our computer system.
It's
But anyway, thank you for coming. We're going to close this meeting now, and have a great weekend. Thanks for coming. See you all next week, and let the sauce be with you.
Everybody,
It is.
your robots.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. See you
Bye.
guys.
No, you're not, Kurt.
Chris is going
The
back to bed.
booth is 2,200.
2200. All right. Perfect.
2,200 plus.
I'm not paying for it. I don't care.
Plus everything that goes into the booth, the
Sure.
tables, the chairs,
Oh,
carpeting,
trust
etc.
me, it's easy. Just talk to us. We'll work it out. We'll help you.
Yeah.
Farewell. I got
What's
leads. Brian, thank you. I was going to call you. I'll call you later on that. Thank you.
Okay. You got it. See you guys.
See you.